David and Zane, they have some Thursday things to say, and they're gonna come and get you. Welcome to the Thursday podcast.
This is, I think this is our 10th episode, David.
Wow, we're 10 years old. Oh, no. Oh.
So, as many of you have probably already done as well, we just kind of got into this Bitstrips thing, and
It's pretty fun.
yeah, you've made one.
I've made one.
Yeah.
And so far 3 people have liked it in 5 minutes.
Well,
So I mean,
you're taking off.
not bad, right? Not bad. And I mean, only one of them is Zane.
So what we're going to be doing this week is we're going to continue like with a normal podcast, but we're also going to be making Bitstrips just on the fly, and hopefully they're good, and we'll put them in the video so you can all see what we're doing.
Oh, that's a good idea, Zane. That's a really good idea. Can I start this week?
Yeah?
I'm going to start. So this week I was bored, so I decided to convince my mom I'm addicted to Valium. So there's a story behind this. I'm in a production of Angels in America right now for the Works in Progress, for the third year Works in Progress for the BFA class at the university. And there's a character that I'm playing who's addicted to Valium, and I had to do a presentation on drugs and Valium. So I emailed my mom being like, hey, can you give me that family friend who happens to be a doctor's email? Because I want to ask her some questions about Valium.
I thought you were going to say that, hey, can you send me that family friend who's addicted to Valium?
Can you send me our family friend drug dealer? I'm really in need. Anyway, so she's like, okay, blah, blah, blah. And I sent my mom a couple texts, just needing the email or whatever. And she said, okay, but you're not thinking of trying it. Ha ha ha, lol. And then one night I was about to go to bed and my mom calls me and I'm like, hi mom, and she's like, hi David, how's it going? And my mom's hilarious because she's just she's super cool, but not in a youthful kind of way. So what you can always tell when she's just trying to get something. Anyway, she's just like, oh, I was just wondering, you're not thinking of trying Valium, are you? And I'm like, no, mother. She's like, okay, because, that'd be a bad idea. I'm like, okay, mom. Anyway, so throughout the week, I've just been sending her text messages with really atrocious spelling and weird spacing and capitals. And she keeps saying subtle, really subtle things okay, be safe.
Don't do that.
Stay healthy. Make good choices. And it's great because my mother loves me and I'm making her think that I'm not happy and that I'm unsafe. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm.
That'll show her for loving me.
I've done that sometimes, but
I've done that sometimes.
While you're telling the story, I made a bit strip.
No, you way. I didn't even see his fingers move.
Let's see if I can find it. It's not there right now. Let me see. Oh, here it is.
Well, he does have. Can we say it one word at a time?
Yeah.
Zane
brags
about
his
dick.
Yeah, it's a picture of me. I'll post it. You just look now.
And he's also gonna post his dick.
Yeah, so it'll be like a side by side scale comparison. So I had a really interesting weekend.
Dick?
Yeah. And
okay.
And really interesting weekend. So I went home this past weekend back to Toronto. So I went to see a play called The Double with my friend.
Cool. How was it?
It was pretty friggin' sweet.
Awesome. What? Tarragon Theater?
Yeah.
Sick.
They have to call me doctor now.
Dr. Zane.
Anyway, it was really cool because like the it was kind of like I don't know if it was, I wouldn't say it was a musical. It's kind of a musical, but it was kind of like, and the narration was very musical. The narrator had a cello on stage, and he was playing. He was really great. He's actually, the narrator was actually played by the bassist for Protest the Hero,
Okay.
and so he's really awesome bassist and cello player. And the other actors, they did like a mix of like comedia and clown movements, and
Cool.
they made the them mixed with like the the lighting made it look like scenes out of movies in some points. Like I remember one of the very first shots was you had these two lights from coming in from the wings on one of the characters, and he was running on the spot, and it made it look like kind of like a flat sort of like a flashback of just someone running through the streets, and the other actor was behind him just in complete darkness grabbing like his coat and just and like flapping it so it looks like he's running, and
Cool.
it was really great. There's
Sick.
just a whole bunch of fun ways of just playing with that kind of thing, and then they did a talk back right after, where I got to a lot of people were there like asking about like the dramatic, all the dramatic aspects of the piece, and then I just asked about Protest the Hero. And then
And I'm sure they loved that.
they actually did. Like they just kind of went off track and started talking about music and stuff, and then like the play was called The Double, so there's a lot of instances where they're talking about like twos and stuff, and him, the bassist, and the creator, we're talking about like how they came upon making the play, and they're just like, it was called The Double. We had a couple of these, and mime's a drink. There's two guys. There's a couple of these, and mime's like a joint. So he's just completely open, talking about like like tripping out and stuff.
Cool.
And it was kind of funny because it was like the Tarragon Theater, and people, yeah,
Actors.
pretty much.
Kids, don't do drugs.
Says the guy talking through a paper towel roll.
Whoa.
I can't wait to see how this sounds like through the speakers. Yeah. So when I got back, what did we do, David?
When you got back from where?
From home.
Oh yeah, we had dinner. We made lasagna. Zane made the freaking best homemade lasagna. Honestly, maybe the best lasagna I've ever had.
Thank you.
And we made it. And by we mean Zane and I grated the cheese. And I grated the cheese so good that it melted when we put it in the oven. So take that, other cheese graters. You can suck Zane's huge dick.
And I'll put the picture
And
back
he'll
up.
put the picture up.
I think someone said, and I quote,
Zane, you have...
No, Zane, this lasagna makes me question other lasagnas I've had in the past.
Wow.
That meant a lot.
That meant a lot. It meant
meant
a
a lot.
shit ton. It was a real good lasagna. Real good lasagna. The wine made it even better.
You should start working on another bit strip.
Yes, sir.
so we can post more than one. And so when I went home, I went shopping for like a new coat and stuff, and I went to the Bay, and you know how there's always like like a perfume and cosmetics like section in Dubai, and they're always getting you to try like different products and stuff. This one woman, like I was walking past her, and she hands me this this piece of paper, this strip of paper, and I was like, thank you. I was like, what does it say? I looked at it, didn't say anything. Flipped it over, didn't say anything, and I was holding it for about 5 seconds before realizing and trying to figure out what it was before realizing it was a scented paper with like perfume on it, and I felt like such an idiot because I just grabbed it from her and after seeing it didn't say anything and gave it this really weird look, and she gave me this really weird look. It reminded me of this other time I was in the Bay.
I just want to make it clear that our podcast is just Zane saying, so that reminds me of this other time I was in the Bay.
It was a lot funnier this time though.
Okay, go.
Yeah, it was during the holidays, and this woman came up to me and was like, excuse me, sir, do you celebrate Christmas? I'm like, yeah, I do. It's like, and she's like, can I interest you in a special product for that special lady in your life? And I said, my girlfriend just cheated on me. Oh. And then kept walking.
Oh.
No, it was funny.
Oh, well, Zane, look at it.
Because it wasn't.
She couldn't have cheated on you because she doesn't.
Exactly.
Exist.
I know.
And
did I say it was funny? I meant it was sadder.
It was. Anyway, Zane's imaginary girlfriend is a lovely lady and great in the sack. I mean, Zane tells me.
Her name's Jill, if you get the joke.
Sack and Jill?
No.
Like Jack and Jill?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm just crazy.
Okay. Well, so Rob Ford.
Apparently, he smokes crack. Okay, that's a legitimate thing to talk about. Okay, so Rob Ford, 2007, he was torn apart by a lot of people for some of the comments he made regarding the AIDS epidemic. He said, actually, I should not ferociously misquote him, and I should actually pull up what he said. But my overall arcing question is this. I'm not hinting at an answer here. But Zane, how important do you think it is that at some point in his life he smoked crack?
What do you mean? Like, recent?
Like, he does drugs.
Okay.
And he's the mayor.
Yeah.
He's a bad mayor. But if he was a good mayor, if Pierre Trudeau did heroin while he was prime minister, would that have changed anything?
Probably.
Why?
Well, I'm not sure if this answers your question or not, but like, when you hear about like celebrities doing these really scandalous things, and like Chris Brown beating up Rihanna, or those court cases that Michael Jackson was involved in, and stuff like that. Does what they did like in their music career outweigh what they did in their personal lives?
But that's totally different, I think. I think that's different in the sense that whatever Michael Jackson did in his personal life, he wrote, performed, and sang a lot of great songs.
But if he had like killed a man, would you expect people to while he's like being taken away to line up and be like, it doesn't matter that you killed someone, you gave us this great song?
No, but that's completely different, because Rob Ford is a politician. Rob Ford is someone who people need to trust in and people need as a leader. Michael Jackson is simply a musician.
Yeah, but so would you say that because even if everybody loved Rob Ford, which that's not the case, even if they did, do you think it puts him above the law?
No, but I'm just saying, okay, here's back to my point now that I have this article pulled up.
We're becoming legitimate, David.
Well, there are some legitimate things in this world.
Right.
Okay, Rob Ford in 2006 said this about AIDS. If you are not doing needles and you're not gay, you wouldn't get AIDS probably. That's the bottom line.
Oh my god.
He said that in 2006, and when he is chased out of office and when he dies, all we're gonna remember is that he smoked crack. There is a shit ton of worse things that he has done and said that, in my opinion, far outweigh the drugs. And when he was under fire for these comments, he responded by saying, "How are women getting it? Maybe they're sleeping with bisexual men."
Oh my god.
These are real things that he's saying. And I just think that it's kind of silly that we care so much about him smoking crack and not about this. And to be fair, it was a bunch of years ago, so maybe at the time it was as big a deal as this. But, like, I don't know. If Pierre Trudeau was as good of a leader as my mother and father say he was, to me, I don't care how many drugs he's doing if he's a good leader. Rob Ford is not, and it doesn't have anything to do with the crack.
Well, I think the reason why not a lot of people are making a big deal over what he said about AIDS, because like he was just a counselor back then. I'm sure a lot of counselors make jackasses of themselves now. But
he was the same human being.
I know, but now he's mayor. Now it's on a different level.
But
and
the city of Toronto elected a guy who said.
Okay, I'm from Toronto, and I have no problem saying this.
Okay.
You got what you deserve, Toronto. You elected him, and fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you, Toronto. You think you're so cool with your theater and your artists
and your subway
system and your tall freestanding structures and your baseball stadiums you rename as dumb things. There was nothing wrong with the Sky Dome. Toronto, you sold out. The second you changed the Sky Dome's name, you proved that it was all downhill, and you proved you were worth nothing but lies and pathetic hot dog vendors. That's what Toronto's all about.
I've been holding that in for a while, David.
I've been holding that in for a while. As someone who's never been to Toronto for over, 2 days at a time, that's the way I feel.
I'm just gonna post this when it's being.
As a response, Zane is posting a comic strip.
Yes. Oh, and this is going completely out of chronological order, but when I was on the bus back to Toronto this weekend, it was like a Thursday night, and it was raining and it was dark, and I was asleep on the bus, and then I hear this loud whack, just on the bus somewhere, and
Did you whip your dick out?
yeah, I hit the person in front of me. No, we slowed down and we stopped, and the bus driver like poked his head out from the driver's seat and turned around and was like, "Is everyone all right?" I'm like, "What happened?" And so I look to the front of the bus, and the bus's windshield separated to like two sections, and the section on the right was completely cracked.
Shit.
It's because we hit a tree.
What?
Like, I guess there's
What?
There's
Like a low branch?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
pretty much.
I thought you hit a tree and the thing was on fire and everyone was dying and you didn't notice anything except the cracked window.
No, but I just thought it was funny. Just being like, fuck you, tree, just ramming into like the branch and stuff.
Yeah, fuck you, tree. This bus was on a schedule. It couldn't rob a Ford. The time it takes. What?
The tree cracked the windshield. Man, okay, I was all...
Man, I was gonna say that joke, but you robbed me of it.
Ford.
Oh man, you know what are the best cars? Chevrolets.
Or Dodges. So you can dodge trees. I was all over the crack puns this weekend. By the way.
Ford. Oh yeah?
Yeah.
The crack puns. Oh, you were in Toronto this weekend.
Yeah.
That must have been a party.
Not really.
Was there a lot of people mad at Rob Ford and doing crack?
Well, like pretty much the first thing, like when I got home and my mom drove me back to my dad's apartment, and as we were walking, or not walking up the elevator, as we were riding up the elevator, we had nothing to talk about, so I was like, "So did you hear?" And she's like, "Yes, yes I did." Just talking about the crack and stuff. And
the crack.
Since like the police have the alleged crack tape, I was just got in the habit of saying, "Wow, looks like they're really gonna crack the case now," and everyone had this really cringy cringe.
Cringy.
Yeah.
Kids,
We should talk about politics more often. And by that I mean we should understand politics.
I don't really. I sometimes do. And you know the best part? You cut me off in the sentence, which was fine, but the sentence started with kids. So it was just me saying kids, and now all of our listeners are just wondering what I was going to say to the kids. Or about kids.
Did you forget?
And now I forgot. And now they'll never know. And all they'll know was that I mentioned children. On the same podcast, I mentioned crack and Zane's huge genitalia.
I was going to say ego, but...
Genitalia and ego.
Right, well, we've hit that time on the Thursday podcast that we need to make more Bitstrips.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Did you make one?
I don't want to post it. It's not funny. It's not going to be funny if I make like a bunch. It's going to be funny if I make one.
But we need to put them in the video. Come on.
Okay, I don't want to post it though.
Okay, why not?
Because it won't be funny. Will it? Listeners. Zane, we can't afford to... I got nothing, Zane. I got nothing.
Now we're just... Bye, everyone. We're gonna stop this.
Love you.